Hey there, I'm sitting here with Segourney Isaac from Colen Built Developments. Welcome.
Thank you for having me, Debbie.
I'm so happy you're here. So we're so lucky that we got a chance to see each other yesterday and actually had an opening today and it worked out perfect. I wanted you to come in and share all the great things that are going on over at Colen Built. Let's talk a little bit about On Top of the World.
Well, On Top of the World, fantastic time right now. Within just this calendar year, and today's April 2nd, we've had 2 new communities open up just inside of On Top of the World. We have our executive and our prestigious home sites that just opened up, and they offer a new look and style and design to what we currently build right now in On Top of the World. So we are building executive homes, and we also added a new floor plan, the Waverly. And
I've seen it.
yeah,
It's nice.
it's over 3,200 square feet and is now the largest home that we can build inside of On Top of the World. But it gives some of our prospective clients another opportunity to have that larger home that they've been asking for.
Yep. Is that why they call it the Executive Series?
Yeah.
The larger square footage?
The larger square footage.
Okay.
And we also now have 10/8 ceilings.
Oh.
And tile roofing. So a new look, new design, and everyone's very excited about
I
it.
actually have a customer already that's buying one. Is that in the Balfour?
Yes,
Okay.
Balfour North.
Okay,
Yes.
I already have one already in the books for you. So
Awesome.
yeah, because they are excited about it because it's really kind of next leveling up.
Yes. And the area where they're building right now, Azure Fitness is coming right in that same vicinity.
Oh
So
my
like, no matter what it is that our residents are looking to do, they can walk to a gym, they can walk to a pool, and then there's going to be an outdoor fitness center, and it brings spin into On Top of the World, which we don't currently have.
Oh, that's cool.
And we're excited to
Yeah.
have. Yeah.
Yeah, I might have to go there for that.
Me too.
Yeah. Actually, I think someone's been trying to get me to buy over there, so it might be a good opportunity to take a look at it now.
I definitely recommend it.
Yeah.
And with the pricing, we have our prestige homes starting at $366,000, and some of the lot premiums are as low as $2,500. So you could very well get in while the pricing is so great and build a home from scratch and get exactly what you're looking for.
So what is the current build time approximately for that new development?
About 6 to 8 months.
So that's still really good.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, there's a lot of opportunity because I mean, some of the construction has slowed down a little bit
Okay.
as far as permits and things like that. So that's a really good time frame.
Yeah.
Okay, and then talk about the premiere.
So the Premier Series is what our Prestige Series is what the Premier Series used to be.
Okay, okay.
And what it does is it brings that series into Candler Hills. So now you can get a home that's a little bit smaller than the executive series, and you can build it in Candler Hill. And Candler's, one of the things our residents love the most about Candler is the access to additional amenities.
Okay.
So you'll gain 3 additional pools
Oh.
from just being in that area. It's a fee simple ownership.
I was going to say that's the other difference. Are you going to bring it
It's
up?
simple. I'm going to bring it up because, we get a lot of people who want to be maintenance included, which is in our leasehold, and that fits for them. But now we'll have options for our buyers that want to go out and do their own lawn care, don't mind taking care of the exterior of the home because they're used to doing that and they
Right.
want to continue doing that.
And I would imagine the HOA is a little bit less expensive than in the leasehold, correct?
Yeah. So
that
although
helps
the
a little-
leasehold HOA did go down, it
Yes,
was at
I heard.
524 and
Yeah.
now it's at 494.
which is unheard of right now.
Yeah,
For things to
good
go
to
down the
know.
opposite direction, right?
So in Candler Hills, the HOA is $366.
Okay, all right. So so many more amenities as well included in that
Yeah.
HOA fee, right?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about you, because I know we had talked a little bit, and you've been there almost a year.
Yeah, just about a year.
Okay.
May will make a year.
So, and you came here from.
I moved here from South Florida.
So why? what brought you here?
A couple of different reasons. So I realized I wanted to get a different scenery. I lived in South Florida for over 20 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I did my research. I was looking in Port St. Lucie, Naples, and then I was also thinking of moving to Georgia. So then a Colen Built development came across my radar, and it was Calesa. It's our all ages community. And every time I went to compare the other communities with what Calesa was and what it was going to be, there was no comparison. And
Right.
it fit perfectly for my family.
So do you actually live in Calesa?
I do live in Calesa.
Wonderful. What part?
I live in Rowan Hills, Phase 1.
Oh, yeah, you are in phase
One
one.
of the new, like,
So you're not too far from going to the sales office if you need to, right?
not at all. Not at all. I think I could get there in 4 minutes.
I was going to say.
Yes.
So, well, everyone that knows me knows that on top of the world, new construction in Calesa, new construction, is close to my heart. I've been talking about them since they started and have been so fortunate to be one of their preferred lenders there. So I know a lot about the communities, and also I know from a customer standpoint how pleased and how happy the customers are. And I can always tell them, when we have a new client that's coming in that's looking at buying, and a lot of times they'll come in and sit down and visit with me.
Okay.
And I love the ability that I can sit there and truly talk from the heart and be able to say that I never have any customer issues. The houses are always finished on time. They're always well done. And that's kind of where I was going to go next, because obviously you've moved here from South Florida. You actually bought in one of Colen Built's developments, which it says a lot.
Yeah.
And now you're selling in those developments.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you compared homes against Calesa or just really Colen Built in general.
Yeah.
What did you see as the difference as a consumer purchasing those homes?
So while I was buying, it was during COVID, and we found out very quickly that some of the builders, or I don't even know if I'd say builders, some of the communities were built by multiple builders, and some of them weren't able to finish the project. So we heard about people going under contract and not being able to close on a house because it was never built. It took forever. And so the financial history and just the history of the company itself stood out to me. Family owned and operated, debt-free
Fully
builder,
funded,
just all the good reasons why. And I also love the construction.
I was going to say,
oh my gosh, stood out tremendously. I am saving at least, and it went up since I moved here, but at least $4,000 a year just on my homeowner's insurance, because my house is built so well.
Right.
My insurance is lower.
I was going to say that. And I think that when I am talking to people and, you see flyers of Calesa and on top of the world new construction here in my own office. So I don't do that very often, but I do it because I believe in the product as well. But, having a chance to really go out there and check out other developments and other buildings and stuff like that. Not that, everyone has their favorites
we're
and all that.
Good,
but I can truly say, from a quality standpoint, and you see it in every layer in those houses. The quality is just, second to none. And the pride of the ownership of the builder doing what they do and the special touches. I think my favorite part is when a new client comes in and they go and they pick out the lot, they pick out the house, and then they get to go to the design center.
Wow.
And it's like, either you come out, feeling like you just bought a $2 million house, because that's what it feels like. It's the quality of the upgrades and the appliances and all the things that come along with Colen Built are just so nice. And I wanted to ask you on the Waverly, is that the one that has the 2 separate bars? Or
yes, it brings double island.
Okay, that's what I wanted to say. I had to say, because that house is amazing.
Yeah, game changer.
Yeah.
And when you compare the prices, where we are with pricing, if you were to compare it to really any other community in Florida, not even just Central Florida, you're going to spend $200,000 to $300,000 more just to get what we have as basic features.
Right. So that's why I always, anyone representing Colen Built to come in and say, go look at everyone else.
Please.
And then please make sure your last stop and your only stop is going to be with one of the developments there with Colin, because you'll see the difference. I've seen so many, I've worked in the models before where clients have come in and they've been to other developments and stuff, and I can hear them. I'm sitting in the room working, I can hear them go, well, this is completely different than the last one I just looked at, and you can tell the difference. So it's very visible what that difference is. So I know that Colin just kind of restructured a little bit with their sales advisors.
Okay.
So I know that before, if you were selling in on top of the world and you were assisting with those, or you were doing it in Calesa, you were kind of bound to those particular developments. My understanding is they've opened it up to all developments now for you.
Yes.
So let's talk about Calesa.
Super excited about that, being able to have the pride that I have in my home and then express it to buyers that are coming in.
You live there.
I always start with that because I'm
Yeah.
like, a lot of us who work for Colen Built live in the communities. I wasn't in real estate at first. I started out in automotive.
Right.
And I loved my house. I loved my community. I loved how they handled everything, even after closing.
Yep.
It was fantastic. I've only lived in new construction homes. And I've never had this experience like what I had with the home that I built in Calesa.
What better tribute is that than you can say it for yourself?
Yeah, literally never even. Personally, I wouldn't look at resales at this time, and it just worked out very well for me. So now we can sell Calesa as well. Calesa's got a few different floor plans that are different than On Top of the World, but they also have villas and townhomes.
I know, I bought one.
Oh, okay. Starting in the 270 range.
Yeah.
It's pricing for everyone. I think we have a special touch for no matter where our clients are in their lives, we have a community that's going to fit them perfectly.
Yes.
And that's what I love about being part of this. This to me is bigger than just me selling homes.
Right. So if
it's
somebody,
helping someone.
Right. If someone called you and said, what's the difference between On Top of the World and Calesa, what would you tell them? What do you see as the difference?
One is a true 55 plus community.
We want to talk about that, yeah.
Full of amenities, active adult lifestyle. And then Calesa is an all ages community and a very active lifestyle as well, but just some things are more geared towards children. It includes children as well.
Right. So that's kind of what I wanted to make sure you got out there, was that On Top of the World new construction is solely 55 plus.
Yes.
It's a golf community, right?
Golf cart community, golf community,
It's
community.
so rich. And aren't they, what's the newest amenity that's coming out with them?
So we've got two that are coming. So we'll talk about the summit because that one I'm really excited about.
That's beautiful.
Stunning. The design they did in that room is second to none, really.
I know,
it's
right?
Amazing.
Yeah.
And that amenity center is going to feature a resistance pool, a standalone resistance pool. And it looks like you're out at like a 5-star hotel just being out there. The cabanas.
I know.
They're awesome.
They are. And then what was the other one?
So Azure Fitness is coming, and I touched on that a little bit earlier, and that's going to also have a fitness center.
Okay, and then they've got more restaurants coming out. They've got more shopping coming out between the Calesa and On Top of the World. Lots of new. I mean, everybody wants to be there. All the vendors, all the stores and things like that, they all want to come because they know that's the happening place to be. So you're going to have like everything very, very close.
Very, very close. I wish I can get that message out to buyers. I meet some people now and they're like, I wish I would have seen this. I wish I could get this message out so when people are doing their shopping, even if Central Florida isn't on their radar, just give us a look because it's going to be worth it. Where we are right now, we're positioned to change the southwest side of Ocala.
Yeah.
And we can get in while prices are still low, while you still have many options to choose from.
Right.
And before the big commercial spaces come, because that will change it for everyone in a great way.
Yes.
Even with Calesa, the Nest being open over the summer.
I'm so excited about that.
Bear and wine garden, outdoor amphitheater,
I know you're loving
pickleball, playground. It's like endless. Every time we go into a construction meeting and we talk about the Nest opening up, there's something new that I didn't hear before that I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be 7 minutes away from my house. I don't have to drive a car. I can drive a golf cart there. My kids can ride their bikes to go get ice cream and snacks inside the community.
It's priceless. You certainly don't have to tell me about how wonderful it is because I do know, but I do hope everybody's paying close attention because I think the last thing I heard between On Top of the World and Calesa and another development that we haven't talked about yet.
Yeah, we need to talk about it.
Was about the plan is what, 650 or is it 850 homes? Do you know that they're trying to build this year?
So our goal is to sell 650 homes.
To sell them, okay.
And right now it looks like we're going to exceed that.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, right now as a builder, we're selling anywhere between 1 to 3 homes per day.
So with that in mind, also because of the new construction, I know you have some incentives that based on the development, whether it's new construction or whatever, I know you still have some inventory homes that are available, and I know it's in Calesa and On Top of the World.
Yeah.
So there's also incentives that, although it could vary based on the community and also the house, I think people need to understand that as a new build, even if it's already completed or you're going to build your own, there are other options as well that this builder is giving so that people have an opportunity to get a great investment while they're moving into it.
Yes, so each community has its own unique benefits as far as the incentives go. Calesa has rate buydowns that, again, you can get the house of your dreams. And sometimes it could be less than what rent is in an apartment right now.
Right.
So for everyone that's even considering it, it's, again, worth a look. Come have a conversation, because we want to give you the information. And we'll show, we have buyers that buy the same day that they visit. And some need a month or a couple of months to make that decision or to get ready. But we're here to help every buyer.
And if I can say that, as well as what we've already talked about as far as quality of construction and all that, I think the sales advisors are top of the game.
Thank you.
And there's a reason for both On Top of the World and Calesa. There is a process from the financial side, from the lending side, that I pay attention to because I know the difference. So when I'm working with builders that have a process and they are very customer centric and they make sure that everybody has a role in that process of you getting your keys at the end, everything always goes, I'm sure it doesn't in the background, because even in my world, it doesn't always go perfect, but
we
nobody
fix it
sees
before it's a problem. We don't want to stress anybody out. We want it to be a very enjoyable process.
And I think that that's probably a very unique situation that I always feel at peace when I'm going to a closing for, Colen Built, because I know the customer's going to be sitting at the table happy.
Yeah.
And I walk in on a closing day and I always go, so did you have your final walkthrough? And they go, yes. I said, everything okay? They went, yeah, it's great. I don't worry about asking that question. I always know what the answer is going to be. I'm a big advocate for telling people that, because that's not always the case no matter everywhere that you go.
Yeah.
But I think the sales reps are just very sincere, and they really are there to service that customer with white glove service at every step of the way. So I think it shows it not only in the house quality, but also in the quality of the people they bring on to help represent their homes.
We lead with honesty and transparency, and again, a lot of us live in these communities, so
they can find you.
Not only that, I look at everyone that I meet as my neighbor.
Oh, I love that.
You're going to be my neighbor. I want to make sure I do right by you, because I want you to tell your friends and your family, your coworkers, and to keep it going. Most of our business comes from referrals now.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
And I can remember when Roan was just starting.
Oh my gosh. It was just sand. There was no models. There was nothing. It was just
there was a prefab home at the entrance where they're building Melody
Preserve.
Right.
Yeah, that was it.
That's where I used to do my sales meetings with them, was in there. So I can tell you, it's been a while. It's transgressed a lot since we first started. And I see the vision of Mr. Colin. And everything he does.
He invests so much into us.
He does.
He really does.
Yeah.
And just our leadership is fantastic. Our teammates are fantastic.
Yeah.
It really is a lovely place to work.
And it's important that we're talking about this, even though it has nothing to do with the process of buying a house. But it's important that consumers know that the employees that work there are happy.
Yeah.
It also shows in the pride and everything of being able to show these homes. So I just get all excited about Colin, and I just think they just do just a fantastic job across the board. Lastly, we have a brand new development.
We do.
And you want to talk a little bit about that one?
Melody Preserve. So it is our active 55 plus community. In addition to it, it's not a part of On Top of the World.
Right.
It's completely separate, but it is a 55 plus community, but it's close enough to enjoy some of the same outdoor area. Like our Circle Square Commons is right across the street from Melody Preserve. They have walking paths, they have dog trails.
You mean Calesa?
No, I'm talking about Melody Preserve.
Okay.
Yeah, so they'll have some of the great things that we have in other communities. But this is for our buyer that wants to be in a smaller community and not really interested in amenities. I hear that sometimes. Or someone's like, I might not use that. So now we have an option, and right now the HOA in that community is $55.
Yeah.
So again, just for every buyer that we have, we're going to have a fit that appeals to them and their lifestyle.
I love that. And that's really unique, because On Top of the World was always on top of the world, right? And so when they started Melody Preserve, it's not that just their lifestyle, but their budget as well. It invites them to be able to utilize some of the amenities and the other developments with Colin, but if they don't use them all the time, they don't have to
Yeah.
pay for them, you know. So
Exactly.
that's a big deal because, you know, for a very active and amenity high development, you know, there's going to be costs for it. So this
Yeah.
gives them the benefit of both.
And being really close, and then being,
Right.
you know, just in that area as it grows. Again, I wish I could scream it from the mountaintops, because as it gets developed, pricing will change and
Yes.
opportunities will change to get in. So right now is a really unique time to get in before everyone else really hears about it, as I'm screaming it from the
Yeah. Well, and we have a goal this year, so that means, and I don't think they've ever missed their goal, and you even mentioned that they're going to probably exceed it. So with that being the case, if you're out there looking for new construction, quality construction, with a community living lifestyle, you need to reach out. And to that point, tell us how we can get a hold of you.
So the best way to reach me is through my cell, and you can also email me. I love random phone calls, so call me at any time. If I don't answer, I'd be sure to get back to you the same business day.
Okay, and do you have specific days that you work? Where are you situated?
So right now I'm situated inside of On Top of the World.
Okay.
In the sales office off of 200,
Okay.
but we're able to go to different locations.
Okay.
So
If
it
they
doesn't
call you
matter.
about Calesa, you can just meet them over there.
Absolutely,
I love
absolutely.
that. Okay.
And, you know, one of the things too that might be a great intro to the community, if it's just newly on your radar, I do a lot of virtual appointments, and that seems to give a good idea of the lay of the land and more of what we have to offer. And then we do a follow-up appointment where you can come and see it.
And then don't you guys also do a kind of a stay visit?
That gets me excited.
Okay. Okay.
So we've been doing that On Top of the World for, I don't even know how long, but for a long time. And what it is a 3-day, 2-night stay. And you get to stay on property and experience the lifestyle, because we're going to have gorgeous homes.
Right.
It has to be a right lifestyle fit. And
Right.
that's what we're looking for, is that type of client. But now Calesa has something where they do that as well. And it's fantastic. You get to stay in one of the townhomes.
Okay.
You get to experience what it's like for not only you but your family to live in a community like Calesa.
That's amazing. Kind of to wrap this up, because I want to make sure that we repeat again, On Top of the World, Calesa Township, and Melody Preserve are all the Colen Built developments that you can service.
Yes.
So if you're looking for active 55, all family age, and not so active 55, but 55, they can reach and contact you. And I know that you are new into the real estate world, but not new into the business world, right?
Correct.
So, but you're kind of new to the Ocala area. So, so if you can give us maybe a 2-minute bio on who you are, what your hobbies are, how many children you have, and just a little bit about you, because we are, as in Colen Built, we are a community, right? So everybody that gets to know you needs to know that you're invested in our community as well. You're already bought here, but tell us a little bit about yourself.
What a loaded question.
I
So
know,
I'm trying to
there's a
keep
lot.
it in order. Okay, so my name's Segourney Isaac. You guys know that. I didn't start in real estate. I was in automotive for almost 17 years, and I was on the business development side of automotive. So I ran a lot of the sales teams that interacted with clients through the internet. So everything I did was internet based.
Oh, okay.
I moved here without a plan of moving into real estate. I was in automotive, but I'm so happy that I made the switch. My hobbies, so I am at the point in my life where my hobbies are whatever my kids are doing.
Right,
that
exactly.
soaks up a lot
I've
of
been
my
there, done
time.
that.
So we're getting into tennis. My kids want to play pickleball, and my daughter bakes, and she loves doing bake sales. So I've got 3 kids. I have a 4-year-old, an 8-year-old, and an 11-year-old, and they all go to the school. That is what's so magical. All of my kids. My 4-year-old is going next year, but was accepted into the school.
Oh, wonderful.
All of my kids go to in the Colin Academy, sorry.
And that's right there for Calesa residents.
Yeah, right there in Calesa. I love that too, because I know my kids now want to ride their bikes to school or go on the golf cart. And I know that they're going to get there safely, whether or not I'm with them. So that's exciting.
So how did you get into Colin? Did you just show your pretty face and they just say, come on and work with us?
It feels like it happened that way, but I got my license to finally understand the process. So something about me, I love the details. I want to know what's going on.
Okay.
So I got my real estate license to understand how a transaction would be ran when I was buying this house.
Okay.
And I just didn't do anything with it. I worked with a couple brokers, and I was like, this is not a good fit for me. Then there was a marketing event last year in May, I believe. And they brought out like social media experts, and I'm like, I love that. That speaks to me. That's what I kind of did in automotive too. It tied in together to internet sales. And I went to that event. I had a quick conversation with Whit. Whit introduced me to Michael.
That's a bad mistake.
Oh my gosh, but it was so perfect. It felt so right. Then I interviewed.
He's the best guy ever. Yeah. Both him and Michael both.
Yeah. Great leaders.
Yes,
great leaders.
Yes. Whit is the one that I really got connected to, Calesa.
We share the same birthday.
You do?
November 13th. I'm not going to say the year.
Okay, don't say
I'll
the
never
year.
tell.
Don't say the year. Yeah. He's a great guy. I can see how you would immediately feel comfortable talking.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he took good care and got you in with Michael, who's fantastic as well.
And Michael was the one who taught me everything I know.
Oh,
I still go back for refreshers.
Yes.
He's fantastic, and he's been with the company, I believe, 7 or 8 years
now.
Yeah,
and just got promoted, right? Just recently?
Yeah, to a sales management position.
Which he so deserves, and so does Whit. Yeah, absolutely. Well, my friend, we have come to the end. I told you it would be fast, right?
It feels really fast,
Yeah, but I'm so happy you came in. I wish you so much success with Colen Built, and I know that you'll be seeing me and hearing from me, and anything I can do personally to help you and your growth there, I'm always available for you as well. And let them see your phone number, and everything will be on the video below when it comes out. And we'll share it and get your name out there. And anybody who's interested in Colen Built developments, all 3 of them, make sure you reach out. Thanks so much.